Hello, Just Good Your back for another little LEGO Legends of Chima episode review, and this is for the LEGO Legends of Chima TV show on Cartoon Network, which a new episode for the summer airs every Wednesday night, or at least in the US, and this episode is episode 4, Joyride. I think it's episode 4. I feel like I missed an episode, but because I know there wasn't one last week, but I don't know, I have a weird feeling that there was one, but I'm not sure. So this is episode 4, from what I can think, and it's called Joyride. And to be honest, I think this is my least favorite episode out of all of them, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But basically, for an outline on the plot, Laval and Eris, they go on like a little basically joyride, hence the title, and he takes out his little Royal Fighter tank, which is based on the set, Laval's Royal Fighter. And it's funny because he says it's his dad's tank, so the set should probably be called LeGravis's Royal Fighter. It should have included a LeGravis figure. I think that's how you pronounce his name. That's his father, Laval's father. And he takes it out, and he basically takes Eris with him, and they go around, they go up a mountain and stuff. It's kind of pointless. And while that's going on, LeGravis and I think it's LeGravis, Lennox, and Leonidas, I think they all go on another like side trip to visit the rhinos, and that's really it for them. And then it keeps on cutting back, which I really don't like about the show, is that they cut, and then for like a second they'll cut to LeGravis' little side trip, and then they also cut to Krager's side mission with Cruller. I think that's her name, Cruller, his sister. And they're still using that plot device, the little flower or whatever it is that mind controls Krager, which I really don't like that plot device. I think it's cheap. It's just a meaningless plot device. I want to actually see some character development on Krager or stuff like that, you know? But we got just this little flower, and so he's all mind controlled. Oh no. And so that's basically driving the whole series. And I know basically there's a lot of rhino in this episode, even though there's not a lot of rhino, but there's like a lot more compared to wolves in this episode, and I think ravens barely appear in this whole series, but yet they have all these sets on them, and they have no sets on rhinos. And so they're kind of just Laval and Eris are just like riding around, and they come to the beaver era because his Royal Fighter gets stuck. They call it the tank. And so his tank gets stuck and broken, and it falls down like a cliff. And so they have to repair it at the beaver tribe. So they're at the beaver tribe, and then they find out, because the beavers are supposedly like they're really gullible or stuff like that, or they're easily swayed to doing stuff. So the beavers they find out that the beavers are tricked by Krager to build this whole like river system or water system that transports water to the crocodile place and some chi crystals or stuff like that. So they have to stop Krager, and it's so funny in the episode. They're like, "Oh, we were tricked by that crocodile over there on the cliff." Like he was conveniently there. It's just the little things that kind of like tick me off in this show. And so Krager was on the cliff the whole time, and so they go and fight Krager, and he keeps on coming back to LeGravis, who got intercepted by wolves, and his little team of search people. And so they get into a fight. And then my least favorite part was when they were fighting, and Kruller's fighting Eris, Krager's fighting Laval, and they're fighting, and then Krager takes a chi, which Cruller conveniently saved this whole trip. Like, really, like, where did she save it? I don't know, they probably showed it in the episode, to be honest. I don't remember seeing it, but then again, I was typing on my phone, like, little notes to take on the show, on the episode, so I might have missed it. But excuse me. So Cruller throws its chi to Krager. Krager takes a chi. He's in chi form, and then it starts rumbling, and then Laval falls. Whoa, okay. And then he just wakes up. So it's like, was this a dream? I was like, if this takes a dream, I'm going to be done with the show. But it didn't take the dream route, thankfully, but it took a really lazy route. He wakes up, and all his problems are solved. Literally, Eris is there. Oh, wow. And then he's like, oh, well, is my tank fixed? And he's like, yeah. Is the riverway broken? I think they said. And then he's like, yeah. And he's like, well, we stopped Krager's plan. They don't even show how all that stuff happened. Because this is a main problem with me for this whole series, is it's 30 minutes, and they focus on too many little side plots and stuff like that. Focus on the main plot, and take your time developing stuff. Not every episode needs to have an action thing, because then every episode turns into pointlessness. Like, this episode was absolutely pointless. It didn't further the plot at all, because they foiled his plans, and that's it, you know? It's like, oh, Cragger's plans are foiled to make the chi travel to his lair, and so he could take the chi in the water. So it's like, the whole episode's pointless, so you could just say, oh, that episode didn't further the plot. And so he wakes up, like I said, all his problems are fixed, explained by Eris, except one thing. In the beginning of the episode, you see, he was supposed to be cleaning this map floor or something like that. So he's like, oh, I gotta clean the map floor. So him and Eris are cleaning it. They're like, well, this looks nice. Wish I would have cleaned it earlier. But thankfully, if we didn't disobey Legravis's rules, because they kind of stole his tank, we wouldn't have foiled Cragger's plans. But like I said, never probably going to be mentioned in any other episodes. This whole story plot of this one episode, so it's just such a pointless episode. Then at the end, they show that Legravis is kind of mad because the beavers put wings on his tank, and personally, I know this is a personal thing, but I always think that would be cool. If I had a tank and they put wings on it and they worked, that would be pretty cool, because then you could fly. I mean, but of course Legravis is mad because it doesn't look like a lion. And yeah, that is the episode. That's literally the episode. Let me see. I have a little bit more notes. I want to see if there's anything wrong. Yeah, Laval's one-liners are pretty bad. He kind of calls, I think, Cragger a mudsucker. I mean, what the heck? What's a mudsucker? Tell me what a mudsucker is. It doesn't even have relevance to, like, crocodiles or anything. I mean, I guess they're in the swamps. You could kind of relate it. Let me see. And I don't get how Cragger really has to be, like, is he still under mind control all the time? I mean, I'm just confused with that whole thing. But yeah, that's really it for the episode, and I'll see you guys later, basically with the San Diego Comic-Con news tomorrow and stuff like that. So, bye.